What's up, guys? Jeff from Sorta Healthy here. Today I'll be showing you a few days in my life because the last few months have been pretty interesting. There's definitely been some highs and some lows, which if you're looking to run a gym or fitness studio like I do, that's just a part of the experience. To be honest, I usually don't even think of myself as a gym owner, even though I am one. People ask me what I do, and I often say one of these things, but gym owner, which really is my main occupation, rarely comes out of my mouth. I'm going to try to fix that because while my gym Commence Fitness Personal Training is small at only 1,250 square feet, it's a powerful business and we've been doing our thing here for over 7 years now. I run this business with my wife Alexis. In fact, she runs certain parts of it far more than I do, so she'll be breaking some things down too. So most days, like this random Monday, we both wake up at around 5 a.m. From there, we take out the dogs, eat breakfast, drink way too much caffeine. Sometimes we do a workout in our basement gym or we go to a different gym that's about 10 minutes away. Funny enough, our gym that we own is too busy at early hours, and since it's more of a private facility that just offers different types of personal training, many of our own workouts don't take place here. Our gym also kind of feels like our living room in a way. Since we're here so much, it's kind of hard to lock in sometimes. Anyways, if we do have some free time in the middle of the day when Commence Fitness is slower, then we do often hit the weights if it's the most convenient thing. So back to the morning. If this is a day where I work out, I come home, shower, usually hang with the dogs for a while I'm working on my computer. Typically, I'm editing a YouTube video or I'm working on some form of marketing for the studio. This day I was making a reel showcasing a local protein smoothie spot. I can then use that video to then promote my studio on local Facebook groups, and I'll also get a blog post out of that for my website. All of this stuff helps quite a bit with local SEO, search engine optimization. I don't have to be in my gym or studio training as much these days because I have a few trainer employees who've been with me for 3+ years. They're good at what they do and they don't require micromanaging. All is not well on the employee front though. I had to fire a longtime employee recently, which Alexis and I will break that down a bit for you soon. Unfortunately, hiring and firing is something you just have to get used to when you run a gym. Now today on this Monday morning, I have a consultation or an initial meeting with a prospective client. I'm not going to be filming that because you know your boy needs to close that sale, so I'll see you guys after that. So that went well. She signed up for training and she'll be coming in 2 times a week. The cool thing about running a private gym, fitness facility, personal training studio, whatever you want to call it, is that people generally only walk through my doors if they're fairly certain they want what I'm selling, which is one-on-one, but these days mostly semi-private personal training. Semi-private training is something unique. It's not small group personal training, and I break it down more in this video. So want to know something pretty sweet? I don't actually have to be here anymore today. It's about 1 p.m. and I'm done because I have staff members that run Monday afternoons. Now, if you own or manage a fitness studio, it's still good for you to come in and say hi to people because it shows that you care. I think I've been spending a little too much time away from the studio when I'm not actually scheduled to be here. Anyways, I'm cutting to Wednesday because Tuesday was very similar to Monday. On Wednesday, I do about 7 hours of semi-private personal training in a row. The cool thing about all of this is that I'm choosing to be here and do those sessions. Unlike in the past where I had to be on the floor doing personal training sessions all the time, now I pretty much just do them when I want to. I do think having a full trainer shift keeps my skills sharp and helps me stay in touch with a bunch of clients, so it is a good thing for me to do at least some of the time. It took Alexis and I 5+ years to get to this point, but it's pretty cool because now the business works for us instead of us working for it. Well, I still work for it sometimes, but it pretty much always feels like a choice now, and that does feel a lot better. Thursday just so happened to be the first day of the Fit Pro Growth Summit hosted by Tim Lyons and a bunch of other top professionals in the gym and personal training world. Alexis and I spent the next 4 days in Nashville, Tennessee, which was way cooler than I was expecting, and we came back with some new ideas for the gym, which I'll show you guys in a sec. One of the coolest things about running a gym with a good staff is that we can take a trip like this, write most of of it off, lowering our taxes, but then also mix business in with some fun. The Nashville Zoo is way better than it has any right to be, and the whiskey and bars were obviously top notch. I'm not really a country music guy, but when people are performing live and they're as good as these folks in Nashville, well, it's still pretty badass. Anyways, back home now. So 2 new additions for Commence Fitness personal training. One is our new sweatshirt plan, which in fairness we started before we left, but are now starting to fully implement. Essentially, every time someone hits 100 sessions, they get one of these. Same thing when they hit 250 or 500, 750 or 1000. We want to celebrate those moments because they're big accomplishments. We also give out other prizes along the way too. Now when I say workout, I really mean personal training sessions because that's what we actually offer. All they have to do in addition to hitting that number of workouts on the sweatshirt is leave us a review on Google or Facebook and they get their prize. These reviews help out our business and your business if you take this strategy with you a ton. You need to incentivize people to leave them. Most people are busy and simply won't do it unless you give them a good reason to. Of course, giving them prizes is just fun and a nice thing to do as well. We actually started this board which tracks the number of personal training sessions that people have done. It's pretty crazy to think that some of these people have been with us for over 7 years. Now, whether it's a board like this, the sweatshirts, this paint on the walls, or most of the other stuff you see here, Alexis and I built, painted, or transported most of the stuff by ourselves. Sure, I had a team assemble and move these bad boys to where they are now, but when you run a small gym, many random tasks, big and small, fall upon you. It just doesn't make sense to hire out for every single little thing. Basically what I'm saying is if you want to run a gym or a fitness studio, just be prepared to wear a few different hats every single day. Speaking of which, this board feels like it's missing something. We probably need a few more pictures up here, so I guess the boards are still a work in progress, but I think these are a nice personal touch. Now here on this random Tuesday, Alexis and I sat down to do some filming. I film at least once a week in my guest bedroom studio, and Alexis joins in as well if we're working on a podcast. Make sure to check us out on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts because we'll be putting some exclusive stuff on there that isn't going to be on YouTube. Anyways, today we're talking about firing people. It sucks. It really does. But sometimes if you run a business or a gym, you have to do it. So Alexis, you really enjoy firing people, right?
Yes. No. I can't even pretend to like it because it's so bad.
Let's first break down why we fired this person. Obviously, we're not going to say who it was, but it was a trainer who was with us for 3+ years, so for a long time. Why did we fire them, Alexis?
There were a few reasons, but the ultimate one, or the first most important one, was attitude.
Yeah, they were just being rude to clients on a semi-regular basis. And when you run a business, whether it's a gym or anything else, there are some non-negotiables in your business that you have to have. And positive attitude, treating clients nicely at all times, for I think both of us, that's a non-negotiable. Like
Absolutely non-negotiable. Yeah.
if you work in Commence Fitness personal training, you are nice to the clients. Imagine going to some nice fancy restaurant and then 25 to 50% of the time, like your waiter is a dick to you. Like that just wouldn't work.
And I would say, I want to add in, it's not just a difference in personality. This was an attitude issue, not a personality issue, an attitude issue.
And it was one that we tried to fix at various points in time. And we worked on it for a while and we saw little bouts of improvement, but not to the extent that we needed. So that was the main reason we let this employee go. And then towards the end, there was some poaching of clients, but we were ready to get rid of this person before that even happened.
Yeah, that was kind of the last, what's the saying? The last drop in the bucket, or
The last straw.
last straw.
So Alexis, do you have any regrets in terms of firing this employee?
The only regret that I have, and I feel like yours is going to be the same, is that we didn't do it sooner.
I think we allowed this to be an issue in our business for a little bit too long. And I'm not sure it really cost us a ton of business, but we were definitely starting to feel the negative impacts of having someone like that on the team. We're a pretty small business, a pretty small facility, obviously. So when one of your employees is acting that way, no good. Definitely going to hurt you.
No, I think too, it was causing us a lot of stress because we were worried about it. We kind of knew we needed to do it, and we just we're trying to figure out ways almost, I don't want to say not to do it, but, to fix the issue instead of just eliminating the problem.
We don't want to take away someone's income. That's never an easy decision to make. However,
No.
sometimes you have to do it.
They also worked with us for a while, and we had seen a lot of improvement and potential over the years. And so I think there was a part of us that thought maybe that would, be a thing. We could get that back or get back to that or improve it. So,
Okay, Alexis, what is your favorite part of running a gym?
my favorite part of owning a gym is the clients, which sounds cliche, but I love all of the clients that come into our studio, and I like helping them reach their goals, and I like talking to them and getting to know them and everything about them.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best answer you could have to a question like that. When you run a small business, and a gym is no exception, a smaller gym, you got to kind of be a people person. You got to get in there, you got to mingle with people, and you have to just build those relationships. And that's a massive part of the job. So I would probably give the same answer. And that is why you're successful, Alexis, because you have that attitude.
That's my favorite part.
I think it's both of our
I
favorite
miss
part.
talking to people like when I'm not there.
Do any of you guys have any questions about running a gym or fitness studio? Do any of you have any questions about my little beast of a facility, Commence Fitness Personal Training? If you guys have any questions about being a personal trainer or running a gym, let me know about those down below in the comments. I will respond to you. If you guys enjoy these behind the scene type videos, let me know about that in the comments too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all. Consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel on your way out of here. And until next time, stay sorta healthy.